Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Olawale and I'm so glad that you've joined me here. On this platform, I share valuable insights, tips, and resources to help creatives and professionals like you explore the UK Global Talent Visa pathway with clarity and confidence. Through my services, I provide one-on-one consultations to help you determine if the global talent is right for you by discussing your career journey. I give detailed review and feedbacks on your 3 mandatory recommendation letters, making sure that they are compelling and align with what endorsing bodies expect. I also will be vetting your media recognition evidences, and if you actually don't have any art critic publication or any publication of yours, I can guide you on how to get one. We offer that services here, and we'll review and organize your proof of appearances, making sure that your profile truly reflects your own achievements. And finally, step by step, we give a step by step guide to crafting a professional artistic CV tailored for these visa routes. So whether you're at the start of your journey or you're planning or you're preparing your application, I am here to support you every step of the way. So sit back, enjoy the webinar, and don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this channel with your friends and family and anyone who you believe will benefit from it. Once again, welcome. Let's begin the webinar.
Hello and good evening to everyone. Can we confirm we can all hear me?
Yes, boss.
Okay, thank you everyone. Thank you for joining. So I think we're okay to start now. So first, please, I would like us all to mute our mics and so to avoid any sort of interruption, so everything can just go smoothly because we have quite a lot to cover today. So trust our day is going well. Yeah. So how we're going to interact is if I have, if I want to ask a question, if you can hear me, you can just, leave a thumbs up in the comments so I can be sure that you can hear me. Okay. So for the past how long now? I've shared the Google link with people to the Google form with people to fill for us to know how to go about this because we're talking about the global talent. It's a very wide topic and it's a global platform that gives opportunities for people in different various disciplines that they do. So we have the global talent for artists, we have global talents for tech, we have global talents even for fashion designers, we have global talents for people that are into research, we have global talents for and it's a really, really, really good route for those who want to migrate to the UK. In that this is one of the only visas that you actually do not need sponsorship. You don't need to have a job. You don't need to have a job waiting for you. So, like I said, the global talent is the one, the visa that you actually do not need any form of sponsorship. You don't need any. You don't have to to show proof of funds. You don't even need to have a job waiting for you already in the United Kingdom. So it's a kind of visa that even gives you the opportunity you're coming to start your own business. Imagine moving into a new country and you can start up your own business. You can be an employer in your own business. So this is a very, very good route that lots of people are migrating. Even people who are currently students in the UK, people that are currently on skilled workers visa, people that are on care work visa, a lot of people are trooping into the global talent because it's just it's the best. I can tell you that it's the best route to migrate into this country. Several other routes you have to show kinds of proof of funds. You need you need a job, you need a company to sponsor you. And part of the limitations for skilled work visa is that if you wish to change your job, you cannot just go ahead to do that. You need to inform the Home Office that yes, I want to change my job. And changing your job means that you need to seek for another COS, certificate of sponsorship, from another company, which is really, really a big deal in this country. It's a big challenge, and a lot of people are just looking for another way to go about this. So um, I would be speaking about the benefits. I would also like to debunk the myths. People are like, what's this? What's that? They said this, they said that, they said it's only for professionals on top of their career. Oh no, global talent is not for someone like me. I'm just starting. Oh, I don't have that much experience. I tell you, from the Google form that people filled, I could see and tell that a lot of people are on the road, they're on the route, and they're on the right track. And if they do go ahead, they can get the endorsement and they can get the visas to move into the UK. So I have let's just have a look at some things I would like to talk about. So, like I said, for those people just joining us again, welcome to this special guide to the UK Global Talent Visa. So the purpose of this session is to share insight about one of the most flexible United Kingdom routes available today. So whether you're into creative, maybe you're a researcher, you're a tech professional, these visa could actually be your opportunity to relocate and thrive in the UK. So I just want to share a little bit about myself because I happen to be a beneficiary of this same route. I got my residency in the United Kingdom through the Global Talent route. Yeah, so before moving, finally, I mean, I've been traveling and traveling and traveling. I've been touring the UK since 2018. How many years is that? That's a long time. So I usually come as a musician. I come to perform. I come to tour, to give concerts with my group. Yeah, my group. That's the Knock Orchestra and the Dutchess Ensemble. So I've been coming since then, and just come for a while, do weeks of concerts, sometimes months of concert tours in the UK, and then after a while, I have to go back to Nigeria. And so after doing that for a very long time, and for those who have also tried this before, you can agree with me that it's a very expensive thing to do. The time you put into applying for the visas, the waiting time, the funds you spend on tickets, on flying, you know, it's a lot. And so later I was like, you know what? Nah, let's make this permanent. And then I heard about the global talents, just like you're hearing about it today. I did my research, spoke to some people that I know that have done it before, gathered all the necessary documentation, and I applied for it and I got it. So if I can get it, you can get it as well. Yeah, it's possible. So, so before I moved into the UK, I had a thriving career in music. I was in Nigeria, in Lagos, Nigeria. I played with several of the major orchestras. I played with the Divine Symphony Orchestra. I played with the Knock Orchestra as well. I played in the Muson Symphony Orchestra, the Muson Ensemble. I did, and the Dutchess, Nigeria, Abuja Philharmonic Orchestra, and all. So I had that in Nigeria, and then I discovered the global talent and I decided to pursue it. So I'm not going to lie, the journey wasn't without challenges. Gathering documents, understanding the process, and presenting my story. It required effort, but with persistence, I succeeded. Today, by the grace of God, I am a UK resident. I'm actively, I still engage in my music performance, music education, and global cultural exchange. And this particular route has opened doors that I once thought was impossible. Being a resident, it means you can actually tour, you can do great performances, great jobs, and get paid. If one is a tourist, you're not allowed to work in the country, and so this took away that limitation. It took away that barrier. And then the concerts I would have back then, and when I applied to play in that event, and the next thing they ask, what is your NI? And I'm like, oh no, I don't have this because you don't have national insurance because I wasn't a resident back then. So this has really, really changed the narrative for me. I have my dream job. I teach, I perform, I record, and I tour as well. Being a UK resident gives you a good opportunity to even explore other countries because You know, it gives an added power to your travel documents, being that you're a UK resident. Basically, when you apply to countries, the embassies they want to look at you like, okay, you want to come into our country. Are you trying to run away? Are you going to go back to your country? But when they see that you're a UK resident, I don't want to stay in their country. I'm just coming for business. I'm just coming for work and things like that. So it makes migration, it makes travels, it makes all those things very, very possible. Yeah. So, okay. So now I want to debunk some myths and misconceptions about the global talent. Some people are like, there are many myths about the global talent visa. Let's address some of the common ones. Some people say, no, it's only for professors and scientists. Oh, you must have a PhD. Oh, you need a job offer first. Oh, it's impossible to get the global talent without connections. Oh, you must show you have millions in your account. That's not true. I can tell you. I mean, the one that you may need to have PhD is if you want to go through the research, the global talents forms, the people that are into research and all that. But basically, you don't. If you want to apply as a tech person, you don't need to have a PhD. All you need to do is show that you have exceptional talent in that field for maybe with evidence of the past 5 years in your career. So it's either you have exceptional talent or you have promise talent. That is, you have you possess the potential to become a leader in your field. So the truth is, the visa is designed for talented people in the arts and culture, the digital technology sector, academia, or research. And basically, you don't need a job offer. You don't need proof of funds, and you don't even need to have a PhD. So, what is the global talent? Let's talk about that. I'll say the global talent is a UK immigration route for leaders and potential leaders. So, it was created to attract exceptional individuals who can contribute to the UK's economy, culture, and research. So, the UK in itself cannot just be the best place in the world. They depend on migrants. So they want to gather the best of the best. That's why they open this kind of route so they can have more people in the tech. They can have, they love diversity in their doings. They want to have great musicians, composers, and they know people are willing to relocate. So it's a win for them. Usually, even in your letter of recommendations, they want whosoever is writing for you to state who they are, who you are, what you've done with them, why they should give you the endorsement. I mean, what will you benefit from the UK, and also what will the UK benefit from endorsing you? So let's talk about the types of global talent visas. So we have exceptional talent. Exceptional talent is for those already recognized internationally. And then we have exceptional promise. So exceptional promise is for early career applicants with strong potential. With strong potential. So if we look at exceptional talent, what example can we give? If you were looking for exceptional talent in let's say in arts and culture, like let's say music. So exceptional talent would be someone probably who has been nominated for a Grammy Award, someone who's been nominated or won a BET Award, someone who won, an internationally recognized award. So we can call that exceptional talent. While exceptional promise is that maybe you've not won or been nominated for any international award, but so far in the past 5 years in your career, you show promise that you have what it takes to become a leader in your field. So that's it. So both categories, they provide same benefits and flexibility. So it's not like, okay, you're exceptional talent. No, you cannot work this place. No, 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 no. Once you're endorsed by the body, the endorsing body, you're getting. Yeah. So there's some advantages that people overlook. When you talk about this route with people, they're like, oh yeah, how much is it? How much? How much is it going to cost me? But then they do not look at the total benefit that comes with this route. It says, first of all, there's no proof of funds required. You don't need to do IELTS or English examination. You don't need to do that. And you also do not need a job offer. And you can switch visas, even from people. Some people will be on this Zoom call and they already live in the UK. So they can switch from a student visa to a global talent visa. You can switch from a skilled visa to a global talent visa, you can switch from whatever kind of visa that anybody is currently on. So, settlement, actually, when I say settlement, settlement is when you get your indefinite leave to remain in the UK. That's like permanent residency. It's usually between 3 years to 5 years, depending on the person's achievements. So, for people who come in through the exceptional, talent route, they can actually get their permanent residency in 3 years. Very possible. While those who are coming in through the exceptional promise, it takes 5 years for them, and after the 5 years, they get indefinite leave. And after getting indefinite leave, about a year afterwards, you can apply for British citizenship. So let's look at the requirements by categories. We have the arts and culture. Arts and culture is for people who are musicians, people who are artists, people who are into arts and crafts, people who do anything that has to do with the arts and culture. A singer, a musician, a composer, a fashion designer, all of that, anything that has to do with arts. Maybe what you even do is digital arts. Maybe you're into creating whatever it is you do create, you're good to go for arts and culture. So what you need to apply through the route for arts and culture is you need 3 strong recommendation letters from recognized experts or organizations. You also need to gather evidence of achievements, maybe your awards, press, publications, or even performances. Those things, they call them evidence. And then there's, the portfolio of your work. Let's say like an artistic CV. For those who have filled the Google form, you can see that there's a section that says that you should upload your artistic CV. So artistic CV is needed. Artistic CV is different from a CV that you use to apply for a job. So this artistic CV is going to show how much experience you've got in the past 5 years, because people who recommend you definitely can't write everything you've done in the past 5 years. So the artistic CV is going to help the endorsing body to have an idea of how far and how much you've done in your career. Then secondly, we have the digital technology. That's the tech and the before going to tech, let me talk about the endorsing body for the arts and culture. The endorsing body for the arts and culture is the Arts Council of England, ACE, ACE, Arts Council of England. They're the ones who you submit your application to, and they go through it, and then they let you know if you meet. And then we have the Tech Nation, which requires 3 letters of recommendation as well from industry leaders. You need to provide evidence of impact, that is innovation, entrepreneurship, also your CV and a personal statement. You also need like supporting documents, like maybe you've given or you've spoken at an event, you've got some award, mentorship programs and all. Then also we have the academia. The endorsing body for the tech is Tech Nation. And then next we have the academia and research. So what is required of people to apply for that is, the endorsement from the recognized UK research organization, evidence of publications and academic impact, recommendation letters from, senior academics or institutions to show that this person has what it takes. This person is an exceptionally talented person or has promised talent, has exceptional promise to be a leader in the field of academia and research. So people that have PhD can actually fall under that section. So the application process, how does it go? When you check online, probably you go on YouTube, you see lots of videos. There are lots of videos on what do they call it? On tech. You find lots of videos on fashion. Yeah, but not so many videos on the arts and culture, which is part of what motivated me to wanting to talk more about arts and culture. So let's look at the application process. I will share with you the exact document from the endorsing body. So it doesn't look like I'm speaking outside the scope. I'm going to go directly. I'll share the document on my screen. Yep. So first of all, this global talent is, you have 2 stages. The first stage is where you get the endorsement. That's when you apply to the endorsing body. And when you get endorsed, the visa is, if not guaranteed already. Once you have an endorsement, the endorsement body will be the one to tell the Home Office, that's the government of the United Kingdom, that you are endorsed, and therefore they should give you the visa. So first, you apply for endorsement from the relevant endorsing body. Then the stage two is you apply for the visa through the Home Office. So the endorsement can take as long as 8 weeks for you to get the decision from the endorsing body, while the visa itself, the funny thing is, if you apply for the visa from outside the UK, you get the visa in 3 weeks, while if you apply for the visa in the UK, it takes longer than that. It can take as long as 5 to 8 weeks. So, what else? We need to build a strong application, choosing the right endorsing body. So, those who fill the Google form, you see there are questions like, do you know what body is going to endorse you in your, perhaps you're into arts, or you're into tech, or you're into both, and you want to just look at your stronger one, the one you feel more confident in, that okay, if I apply for global talent in this, I am going to get it. So you need to choose the right endorsing body. You need to secure strong recommendation letters. You need to collect quality evidence of your work. This is very, very important. I mean, or my career as a musician, I like to document everything. Every event I go to, I take pictures. If it's taking a picture of the flyer, keeping it, going to the organizers of the event, I go to the social media page, take a screenshot of what they posted, the flyers and everything, just for me to keep as an evidence. I mean, I didn't even know I was going to do a global talent then, but yeah, it worked out well for me. So you need to gather and collect this quality evidence of your achievements. You also need to package your documents professionally. Some people actually have the potential to even be exceptionally, talented, but because they don't know how to organize their documents, it becomes a problem. But someone else who is not probably as talented as this other person knows how to arrange their documents very well, and they get it. So it's not just being talented or being good in your field. It's about giving it out when they require it from you and putting it well. So from my experience, I'll give these tips. It says be clear and be confident in everything you write about yourself. No doubt, don't talk about events to happen. Talk about events that have actually happened when you're gathering your evidence. So you need to focus on the impact of what your work is, not just the activities. And there's a way you need to arrange your documents. There are events and there are events. So I mean, if you're a performer now, you don't want to just put that you're performing at I don't know, a small wedding gathering. Instead, it's better to use evidence from, like, maybe you performed in a professional setting. Also, like, having, let's say you're giving a professional concert to an audience. It could be even a free concert, but it has to show that this is a professional concert. We've had cases where people submitted evidence of their performance where they performed in a university in the presence of students, and the endorsing body said, I'm sorry, we are not convinced that that is enough, or a professional evidence, a professional concert. So another thing I would say is presentation matters. We can overemphasize this. How you present it, it's very, very important. You need to make your application easy to review. And you also learn from each other. That's why we have this webinar today. It's not just about coming to hear from me like I know everything. No, I do not know everything. I can only share what I know. But when we have a community like this, there are going to be questions that we will answer at the end of this presentation. So by the time I answer one person's question, it might actually solve someone else's challenge, and then we all get to learn from each other. So you have to be open about it. You need to ask questions. You need to listen when someone else's question is being answered as well. So, like I said, we're going to have a Q&A session afterwards. So please just keep your questions somewhere. We'll read from the comment section, and then we'll allow people can, by waving, and then we can just tell you to unmute, and then you ask your question. So please, I would say, let's just pay rapt attention, and let's give it this let's just give it our attention, and let's listen carefully to these things, and just take notes. Take notes. Yes. So I'm going to be sharing. I'll be sharing the documents now. Just give me a second. Oh, so before I do that, I would like to point this out. Being that by popular demand, the highest number of when I looked at the Google form that people filled, I found out that we had the highest population of people that are into the arts and culture. So for that reason, we're going to be focusing on the arts and culture a lot in this webinar. So if we're unable to touch the other parts, definitely we'll fix another date, maybe to shed more light for people that are interested in tech or the research part of the global talent. So please bear with me. The highest population of people on this meeting are actually people into the arts and culture. So that's what we're going to start with. Okay. Can we confirm that we can see? Thank you very much. Okay. Thank you. So this is the guide for the global talent applicants for the arts and culture, and we can see it has a version date. This was reviewed on the 20th of February, 2025. It's also important to have the latest guide because it changes. The requirements for a year ago may be different from the requirement now. I know the year 2021, 2022, it wasn't mandatory that every artist should have submit an artistic CV. It wasn't. But starting from 2023, it became a must. Yeah, it became a must. So it's why we need to make sure that we're following the current one. And just so you know, I'm going to share this with everybody. It's there. It's for free. You can actually download it yourself from the Arts Council of England's website. That's where I got it from. So, yes, here we go. So as you can see, they're talking about what they reviewed with this into this new guide. Spoke about the fact that some additional pages are there to clarify that media recognition and awards must be for professional work. Therefore, media and award for student or amateur work will not be accepted. Yeah, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, so that's what they do. They always review the work. Okay, so we're looking at the overview. It says that the Global Talent Visa is available for professional artists, artistic practitioners who live and work in the UK. Practitioner to live and work in the UK and benefit from and contribute to the UK cultural life. So, like I said earlier, you can see it here. It says there are two routes available for people at different stages of their career. So, first of all, we have the exceptional talent. It says this is for people who are recognized as leaders in their specialist area of practice. Yeah, leaders. Imagine if one was in an orchestra, maybe like a concert master is a leader. I don't know. Yeah, just saying. Then we have exceptional promise. Exceptional promise is for people recognized as showing potential to become leaders in their specialist area of practice in areas within our remit. It says we expect exceptional talents applicants to be at a stage in their career where they have built up a substantial track record of professional artistic engagements. Exceptional promise applicants should be at a stage of their career where they have a sufficient developing track record of professional artistic engagement. What does this mean? It means that, okay, let's say this person is not exceptionally talented, but they do have the potential, to.
Have a check.
Oh boy.
Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna do something now. I just want to work on a setting for people that are coming in and their mics are not muted. Let's see what I can do about that. All right. And for those who want to know if this meeting will be recorded, yes, it is being recorded, and we would upload it on YouTube and share the link with you. Can we confirm that you can hear me? Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Just in the process of muting everybody, I muted myself, so I just wanted to be sure. Okay. Yeah, so we're talking about exceptional promise. The fact that this person has the potential to become a leader in that field. Yes, okay, congratulations. But do they have a track record? Or are they just beginners? So what they're saying is that even though this person is, has exceptional promise, the person should have a track record. And what's the track record? They're looking at what the person has done in the past 5 years. So this person is a violinist. Oh wow, you're so talented. Oh, congratulations. But what have you done? Oh, I've played with the London Philharmonic Orchestra. Oh, congrats. That's good. Show us records for that. Oh yes, I did the BBC proms. Can we see pictures of you performing at the BBC proms? Can we see the list of performers and we can see your name there? That's what these people need. And I can tell you, I know a lot of people here have what it takes to actually qualify for this. Not just musicians, people who are into virtual arts. I don't know if anyone saw the news. I saw it this year that there was a man whose his own craft was that he makes shoes. He designs shoes. And this man was endorsed by the Arts Council of England. He has moved to the UK now. He makes shoes. So imagine, probably people would think like, okay, you're a shoe designer. Probably supposed to just, all that a shoe designer can do is to just make shoes, sell shoes, make profits. No, it's more than that. So this is art. So it takes art to design the shoes, and it's enough to convince these people that you have what it takes to be a leader in your field, and you have exceptional promise, talent. Okay, I'm not going to read everything in this document word for word. If not, it's going to take too long. So I'm going to share this document with you, and so I'll just point out some very important parts in the document. So let's talk about the. It says our remit in the global talent is to support people that work in the discipline and sub-disciplines that are in the remit that are within the remits of the Arts Council and its extension. Therefore, it is not for everybody. So this is a disclaimer. So it's not like someone said I applied for it, they took my money, they didn't refund it. No, it is not for everybody. You should only apply if you work in the eligible areas. You have the necessary physical evidence of your work and that you are at an appropriate stage in your professional career. So if they are satisfied that you meet all the requirements, your applications, if the person does not, if they are not satisfied that the person meets all the requirements, the person's application will be unsuccessful. Yeah, so that's why we have this document as a guide. Unfortunately, you can't call them and say, "Hello, yeah, it takes documentations, and you need to submit the documents, pay for the endorsement, and wait to hear back from them to know if this person got it or not." So the application process, like I said, the stage one is when you apply for the endorsement, and it can take up to 8 weeks to receive a stage one decision. They do not offer fast track. I know TechNation used to offer a fast track back then, but it's changed now. I know someone who applied for a TechNation endorsement, and the person got it in 24 hours. Wow. Okay, I'll come back to talk about that person later. And we have here that the stage two is the application for the visa. When you apply to the Home Office, it can take up to 8 weeks to receive a stage two. But believe me, if you're applying for a stage two, that's the visa from outside the UK. It will come out in a matter of days. Let's say about maximum 3 weeks. 3 weeks. So we move on. We're talking about prestigious prizes routes to the visa. So for people that fall under the category of exceptional talents, that is they've won one prestigious prize. When I share with you, you can click on that link and you see the prizes they're talking about. I'm talking about internationally awards, the standard awards. These people will bypass the endorsement stage. Like straight up, they don't need to apply for an endorsement. If I have been nominated for example, let's say a Grammy Award, and I won it, I'm not going to apply for stage one. I'm going straight to apply for the visa because, all doubts are cleared about that. And then those people, when they get into the UK, they can get the permanent residency in just 3 years. Good for them. Well, it says the evidence you must provide with your applications. First of all, it says all applicants must provide not more than 3 letters of support. Not more than 3 letters of support. If you submit 4, they will send it back to you and tell you to send 3. That's what they do. Yeah, it's the way it is. And it says no more than 10 individual pieces of support. I'm really loving this meeting. Why? Because when I was applying, I didn't get the luxury of talking to someone who has actually done this before. So a lot of things we did then we're just studying this same document I'm showing you, the version that was out then, studying it day and night and taking the risk, having faith that, okay, they will accept whatever I do. So I can tell you it's part of the motivation. It's part of what pushed me to wanting to share this knowledge and information with people. So people can actually be successful in their applications, because this application, it costs money. I'm not going to lie to you. It costs money. And I would like you to spend the money on something you can get the positive, reward from. If you are to apply and you share your documents with me and I look at it and I tell you that, oh, I'm sorry, at this current time, I don't think you will qualify for it, I'll let you know if you come to me for a consult. Because a lot of people did not know to themselves, they thought the documents were good enough. Bam, they applied. And then the endorsement was not given to them. And the money is not refundable, unfortunately. So it's important to follow the rules, gather not just any document. What kind of document are they requesting from you? You need to do that. So it says all the arts and culture applicants as combined arts, dance, literature, music, theater, visual arts must also provide a detailed artistic CV or resume. Just like I said before, they will use that to determine how far and wide you've worked in the past 5 years. So we want to talk about another requirements, which is the letter of support that you need 3. It says we cannot tell you before you apply what kind of organization will be accepted or not. Yeah, true. However, if those companies meet with the criteria, it's therefore down to the applicant to submit a letter of support that they feel will meet up with the criteria. Wow, that sounds very tricky. That they feel. What if you feel is okay and they feel is not okay? What do you do? Guess what? These art council, they have an email that if you mail them and tell them about your situation, they can actually advise you. If you tell them, oh, this company is this and this and that in my home country, do you think they will tell you like, okay, maybe this company sounds like it's okay. They actually do reply emails. I'll share the email with you as well. And talking about the criteria, from my own experience and from the people that I've helped with this application, I can tell that these organizations for these routes, this Arts Council, this Global Talent for Artists, the organization must be a registered organization, and it must be registered as an arts and culture organization. So, for example, if the company is known to bring artists into the UK or to the US, they bring comedians, they bring musicians, they bring rappers, that could be someone's brand. It could be someone's private business. So just because this person is the one that brought Lagbaja, is the one that brought Rugged Man to it doesn't mean the person can write for you. You need to confirm and be sure that this company is registered not just as a business, is registered as as an arts and cultural organization. I've seen people who the person who wrote for them is like a promoting company that brings artists into the country, and for that reason, the person's endorsement was refused. So we have to be careful. So for the arts and culture, it says the first letter must be. So now we say it has to be 3 letters, right? The first one must be from a UK cultural organization that is well established nationally or internationally, and recognized as having expertise in your specialist area of practice within the fields of arts and culture, films and television, or architecture that is within in their own remit. So that's it. Note that down. The first letter must be from the UK. Let's go to the second letter. The second letter must be from another cultural organization that is well established nationally and or internationally, and recognized as having expertise in your specialist area of practice within the fields of arts and culture. So now this second one can be from the UK or overseas. That is, it could be if you're from Ghana, this letter can come from an arts and cultural organization from Ghana. If you're from Nigeria, it could be an arts and cultural organization from Nigeria. That's simple. And then a third letter can either be from a third cultural organization in the UK or overseas, or an eminent or leading individual with recognized expertise in your specialized area of practice within the fields of arts and culture. What does this mean? The first letter, like I said, must be from the UK. The second letter can be from any other country, not necessarily the UK. While the third letter can also be from any other country from the UK or an eminent person. Who's an eminent person? Someone who is, someone who is globally recognized as a big name or a big person in your field. Just give me a second, please. Okay, so for example, if you're an orchestra person, an orchestra musician, so someone probably like an international conductor or the leader of an orchestra. If you're a singer, maybe someone who is an international or globally recognized producer, the big names in your field. I repeat, the big name in your fields, the person who can write for you. And do we have anybody in the fashion and design industry here? Fashion and design. Show of hands. Okay, nobody. Can you all hear me? Okay, we have someone. Okay, good. That's good. Yeah, we can't all be musicians here, please. We need people from other areas too. So that's good. Oh yeah, we have someone and she's listening. If I'm being honest, it's actually easier. People that got this global talent through fashion, they got it easier than the musicians. That's just on the side. So, for fashion design applicants, they said they must have 3 letters of support from separate, well-established organizations that have national or international reputation and recognized expertise in the fashion industry that work with many international designers and industry experts each year. If you're applying for the exceptional talents, at least one of those letters must be from a UK organization. While for exceptional promise, a UK letter is actually not required. Imagine. Okay. Now, letter of support requirements for all. Now, this is very important. There is a reference letter. There is a letter of support. There are 2 different things. Like when someone is just writing for you regarding a job, is totally different. Or someone is writing for you for any kind of visa is different. Because in the global talent one, anyone who's writing a letter of support for you should write with respect to global talent. So in case you've had a letter that has been written by, let's say, the president of music in your country, if it was written as a testimonial, you cannot use it. The person has to write with regards to the global talents. So these are the things they look at when they're assessing letter of support. First of all 3 letters of support must include this information. These guys are serious. They said if any information is missing from any of the letter of support category will fail to meet the criteria and will not be possible for endorsement to be recommended. So letter from organizations must show, first of all, it has to show the organization logo, registered address, and must be dated and signed by the author, who must be a current senior member of the organization that has the authority to write on behalf of the organization. What does this mean? Your letter should carry the letterhead of the company. And the person writing must be someone who is probably like a senior member, maybe a CEO, founder, your boss, basically. It says for the arts and culture and film and television, an example will be a current member of the senior management team or board, such as the chief executive, artistic director, principal, or chair. While for fashion design, an example will be someone who is the current chief executive, chief operating officer, creative directive, buying director, fashion editor, While for promise applicants only, the head of fashion related, and all that. While for architecture also falls under this category. The person can be the current president, the chair, chief executive, chief operating officer, blah, blah, blah. All the letters must include the author's CV. What do they mean by this? When the person has written for you, the person should attach their own CV or a detailed biography that demonstrates their experience and expertise. LinkedIn profiles are not accepted because one needs an account with LinkedIn before you can view things on that website. You understand? All letters must include full contact details of the author, including the personal email or direct phone number. Why? Maybe they want to give your boss a call. They want to know if the letter is real, if it's legit or not. So all organizational letter must provide details of when the organization was established. They need to speak about themselves as well. And where possible for UK company, like if it's a UK company writing for you, they should also write, they should provide their company's house registration number. Another point is all organization letter must include a link to a detailed and accessible official organization website. There should be that link there. What else are they asking for? All letters from these organizations for arts and culture applicants must provide specific details of a past, current artistic working relationship with you and the organization that the letter is coming from. What does this mean? Nobody can just write for you from the blues. Like, oh no, I heard about this. I heard about this great fashion design. No, they need to know you. They need to speak, like they said, give details of past or current artistic relationship between you and this individual. So what does this mean? Does this mean this person writing for me must have known me for like 5 to 10 years? No, it's all written there in English. It's written there. It said past or current. So you could start having a current working relationship with the company this week or next week, and so on and so forth. So many things to look at. And it says applicants must provide specific details for the people for films and fashion, how the person writing the letter knows you. Or for that one, you don't need a working relationship. They just need to say how they know you. Maybe they know you from someone who already worked with you. Now, all letters must give details, must tell them in detail of your past achievements. That is, the person writing for you would also write what they know that you've done. That's what that point is talking about. And in the opinion of the author must write that they believe that you have what it takes, that you are an exceptionally talented person, or that you have the potential to become a leader in your field. All letters must provide specific details on how you benefit from living and working in the UK. And, you should also write what the UK will benefit from you. That is, what network you will have access to in the UK that you currently do not have in your country of residence, with specific skills. What specific skills will you share with the UK when you come here? So they want to know, you're coming, what do you want here that you currently don't have in your country? Basically, one can just write that the UK is really, diverse and rich in culture, and you want to explore, and you believe that the UK will benefit from you, an original person from your country of residence. You're here to share your heart, to share your work with the world, with a larger place such as the UK. And it says, where possible, all letters should provide any of your future professional artistic engagements. So what does this mean? If the person writing for you is, let's say, the person is the owner of a fashion company in the UK, this person can also write that, in 2026, we plan, or we're looking forward to having him or her to come and work at our exhibition, blah, 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 blah. So they need to talk about even future things that they want to work with you. So it says, letter of support must be written specifically for the purpose of supporting the global talent application and must cover these points. General reference letters or testimonials, or letters written for any other reason that do not reference the visa application, will not be acceptable. So it has to be there. They need to talk about it. It says each letter must not be more than 3 pages or sides of an A4 paper. they also do not accept handwritten letters. It has to be typed. And if the letter is not written in English, it has to be translated by a professional translator, a certified translator with a full translation. CV or resume, this applies to people in the arts and culture, applicants only. To be eligible for the endorsement, you must be at an appropriate stage of your professional artistic career in which you are recognized as a leader or future leader. And then you have sufficient track records of working professionally. So this CV will cover at least 5 years, for your and for what? Yeah, and for exceptional promise at least 3 years. Someone who's saying is exceptionally talented. Let's see what you've got for the past 5 years. And for someone who has exceptional promise, the person should show at least 3 years, the past 3 years. It says this CV would help them understand what stage